Neighbor lived 3 years on my land, then insisted I demolish my house for being on HIS property. I never imagined a man could live on my land for 3 years and still claim I was the one trespassing. It all started the morning I found a bright orange notice taped to my front door telling me to vacate the property immediately. At first, I thought it was some prank. Then I saw my neighbor, Carl, standing across the yard with a smug grin like he'd already won a battle. I didn't even know we were fighting. He yelled that my house was illegally built on his land, and he'd already filed a complaint with the county. For a moment, I genuinely questioned my sanity. I had the deed, I had the purchase agreement. I had lived here for 7 years. But Carl insisted he'd done a survey and claimed that my entire house was sitting over his property line. The same man who had placed his shed, his garden, and even his chicken coop right up against my fence suddenly wanted me gone. My stomach twisted with anger, but I stayed calm. I told him I'd look into it and shut the door before I said something I'd regret. Inside, I pulled out the original property deed and the survey documents from when I bought the place. Everything matched perfectly, but something else caught my attention. 3 years ago, Carl had built a second driveway and a temporary living shed right beside the line. A drone flight I filmed months earlier for a roofing estimate suddenly became the most important piece of evidence I had. That's when the plan formed. I hired a licensed surveyor to redo the boundary lines professionally. I called my lawyer and handed him every document, including the footage of Carl's structures creeping deeper into my yard over time. We filed a formal complaint with the county and copied the police because Carl had technically been occupying private property without permission. The execution was beautiful. County officials arrived with the surveyor. Carl strutted out like he was about to watch my house get condemned. Instead, the surveyor showed him the map proving that not only was my house perfectly placed, but his shed, coop, driveway, and living shack were all sitting several feet inside my land. Carl's face drained of color as officers explained he had 30 days to remove every structure or face fines and legal action. The consequences hit him harder than I expected. He had to tear down his entire temporary home. He had to hire movers, pay fines, and even compensate me for land encroachment. His arrogance had cost him thousands. And the payoff? Watching the man who tried to evict me from my own house carry his belongings off my property, one humiliating trip at a time. I didn't say a word. I just stood there holding the deed he tried to challenge. If you love HOA justice stories, like the video and subscribe.